Well, good afternoon, Central Georgia. Just wanted to come on here and say that all the models are finally coming into agreement and the setup needed for snow to form is coming together. So that brings us a good chance of snowfall for tomorrow morning for most of Central Georgia or all of Central Georgia. So let's look at the details, especially with this graphic, the weather impact graphic that we currently have. So once again, we have the weather impact alert for tomorrow morning. It's for the chance of wintry mix and light snow. So once again, tomorrow morning, light snow and wintry mix is going to be possible. Now all the models are saying that it's going to occur for all of Central Georgia. However, the best chances for increased accumulation, that's going to be for places south of I-16. So once again, as of 2 o'clock this afternoon, the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for the majority of counties south of I-16. Now this includes places such as Macon and Warner Robins. So the winter storm warning means that the National Weather Service are confident that we will see 1 inch to 3 inches of snow for places within that warning. Now, once we get into the afternoon, conditions are going to clear up. So that's going to cause sunshine and that will cause temperatures to warm up above freezing. We should have highs into the 40s. So anything that falls will eventually melt into the afternoon, limiting any driving impacts, especially for later on Sunday, which is a big thing because last year our winter event that we had, the historic snowfall, caused some hazardous road conditions for much of that day in which the snow fell, and of course the next day because all of that snow freezed once again throughout the overnight. So here's a look at the current conditions. Macon seeing partly cloudy to mostly cloudy weather. The current temperature there, 60 degrees. Now I've been hearing from a lot of people, they've been talking about how can it snow when we're experiencing warm temperatures today, 60s for a lot of places here in Central Georgia. This is normal. This is what we call the warm air coming in ahead of a cold front. So of course, when that cold front moves in later tonight, well, that will bring in the much needed colder temperatures. But ahead of that front, it's very normal for us to see higher than average temperatures, especially into the afternoon. So looking at the temperatures all across Central Georgia, not just Macon, once again seeing mid 60s down towards the south in Cordele, Rochelle, Eastman, and McRae. And then cooler weather a little bit towards the northwest. Forsyth seeing upper 50s, same thing Roberta, Butler, Thomaston, and Monticello. But I just want to show you where the front is currently located. This is the view of all of the United States, or most of the United States. And you can see that cold air north of Georgia for the upper half of Alabama, same thing for Mississippi. And you can see mid 40s in Jackson, upper 30s in Little Rock, even 22 degrees in St. Louis. So all that cold air is eventually going to be ushered into our area. Now we're not going to be super cold like a couple of days ago where we hit a morning low in the upper teens. However, we're going to be below freezing tomorrow morning, meaning that we're going to have that much needed cold air that will make snow possible tomorrow morning. Now here's a look at the satellite and radar. We've had some light showers and sprinkles throughout today. This is a wider view of the light rain. You can see most of the rain is towards the west in Alabama and also in the south in the panhandle of Florida, seeing actually more steady rain near Tallahassee. But for Central Georgia, we haven't seen much. Just once again, an occasional sprinkle or two, but we are mainly dry at the current moment. So here's a look at the future view. And we could see an uptick in rain. So all that rain that's currently happening in Alabama and in the panhandle of Florida, well, that's going to move towards our direction, and that will cause some scattered showers throughout later this evening and for the early morning. So this is all associated with the front. Now this is very important because all that rain that is falling will eventually transition into a wintry mix and light snow. Now this model is calling for this to happen around 4 to 5 o'clock. It can happen also a little bit earlier by 3 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And you can see the future view showing that light snow around 6, 7 o'clock for most of our area. And then the swath of snow will eventually head progressively towards the east. So by 8 o'clock, it'll be for the eastern half of central Georgia. You can see the northwestern counties officially will be done with the snow by that time. And then our eastern counties will be having that snow 10 and then 11 o'clock. Most of the snow will eventually clear up and head off towards the east. And then by the afternoon, we'll have clear skies and mostly sunny weather. And this is what I mean. The sunshine will then cause much of the snow or wintry mix to melt, and we should have limited impacts on the road for Sunday afternoon. Now in the morning, yes, it will be hazardous to drive, but this is not going to truly stick for a long period of time. So this is the main short-range model that we use. This is the graph model. So that's exactly what it showed. This is another short-range model that we sometimes use as well. It's a good model. This is the high-resolution model. And it shows, once again, scattered rain starting later tonight. And then all that rain eventually transitioning into winter precipitation. So wintry mix and light snow. This model shows a little bit more wintry mix, but then by 8 to 9 o'clock, that's when the snow will be widespread and will cover most of our area. Eventually by 10, the swath of snow will move towards the east. And then by the afternoon, everything will start to dissipate and will once again be mostly clear. So comparing the high resolution model with the future view model, both of them are saying relatively the same thing. I'd say the high resolution model shows a little bit more wintry mix, but they both show at least light snow for most of our area tomorrow morning. Now this is the NAM model. This is actually Ben Jones's favorite model. And it shows, once again, light rain, late night into the early morning, eventually right around 5 to 6 o'clock. There you go, that swath of light snow and wintry mix for most of our area. So for western counties by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then eventually head towards the eastern counties by 9 to 10 o'clock. And then by the afternoon, we'll be mostly clear. This is the GFS model. Now the GFS model, this is a very relevant model because this was the first model that indicated snow a couple of days ago, by Wednesday, I believe, or Tuesday, I think. This was the model that hinted snow before all of the other models. So let's see what this model shows, and it's pretty consistent that all of central Georgia will see snow. It even shows snow for Atlanta. I personally don't think Atlanta or the counties around Atlanta will see snow, but this model, the GFS model, still shows that possibility. So if you live near those areas, better hope that this model is right. But it shows, once again, all snow for central Georgia, but then wintry mix by later in the early afternoon. Now, this is the reason why I disagree with this model. I think this doesn't make sense because this shows 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, by then, the temperatures will be way above freezing. So I think wintry mix or any winter precipitation would be near impossible around that time. But it does show clearing later that day. So this is the Euro model, a very good model for snow. Now, unfortunately, this model still shows snow for most of central Georgia, but the overall timing of the window where snow is going to fall is very short within the Euro model. So it shows snow falling starting at 7 o'clock for the westernmost counties, but then by 11 o'clock, all that snow will then transition to wintry mix, and it shows no snow for our most eastern counties. So for the for the residents living in Washington County, Johnson County, Treutlen County, this model run hopefully doesn't happen for y'all if you really want snow. Now, if you don't want snow, then I'd say you'd be rooting for this model to be the correct one. But it does show snow for most of central Georgia tomorrow morning. So that's the last model that we have. And once again, comparing all of those models, it shows snow falling for most of our area, but the window is different from each model compared to the others. So once again, the Euro has a shorter window where the snow will fall. Fuchsia View has a longer window. It has has it happening for the majority of the morning. And the same thing is true for the high resolution model. So because of the increased chances of snow, and since it's now likely, the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for portions of central Georgia. So most of south central Georgia, areas south of I-16, are within a winter storm warning. I'm just going to list them off one by one. So of course, Bibb County, they're within a winter storm warning. So everyone in Macon, they're once again expect that. Same thing, Twiggs County and Wilkinson County, Lawrence County, so including Dublin, Bleckley County, Pulaski County, Houston County, including Warner Robins and Perry, Peach County, Macon County, Dooley County, Chris County, Wilcox County, and Dodge County. I don't remember if I included them, but yes, Dodge County is within the winter storm warning. So this is in effect till 3 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And everyone included in the winter storm warning, so everyone in the shaded pink area, could potentially see 1 inch to 3 inches of snow. Now, if you're not within a winter storm warning, well, then you're in a winter weather advisory, so areas shaded in the light blue. So those areas include Taylor, Crawford, Monroe, Jones, Baldwin, Jasper, Putnam, Hancock County, Washington County, Johnson County, Trutland County, Wheeler County, and Telfair County. Now, you still have a good chance of seeing snow, but the potential snow is limited. And this is according to the National Weather Service. You'll potentially see up to 1 inch of snow, but they're less confident that you'll see anything over that. So the higher accumulation is most likely for places under a winter storm warning. Now let's go over the ingredients needed for snow, and let's see if we truly have them for tomorrow morning. Let's go over the temperatures. Of course, I mentioned earlier in the stream, people were talking about how warm it is right now and how it can't happen. Snow can't happen since it's warm right now. Well, of course, warm weather is truly, warm weather is very typical ahead of a cold front, because all that warm air is being pushed from the cold front. And then eventually, when the cold front moves in, well, temperatures will begin to go down. So right around the morning, you'll see temperatures around freezing. And you'll also see numbers a little bit above freezing, so around 33, 35 degrees. And most people will think, oh, well, then if it's a little bit above freezing, snow can't form. Well, snow actually can form a couple degrees above freezing. The snow will not come out perfectly. It's not going to be a perfect snowflake. It will come out a little mushier than, say, other snowflakes in, say, upper 20s or lower 20s. But snow can actually fall and hit the ground. So that's important. And then we have the moisture. Moisture is also a very important component on the formation of snow. And over the past couple of days, we were tracking where this low pressure system that's causing this cold front to bring in colder air, where is it going to track? Because if it goes towards the north, well, then that will cause a classic Georgia winter setup where most of the snow will only be confined for North Georgia, not much for Central Georgia. Or if it goes too far down to the south, well, then we'll have no moisture to really use for the snow to form. However, the reason why the models are now in agreement that will most likely have snow is because they're more confident that the track of the system will be scenario 2, where we'll have enough moisture and cold air for it to come together, and we'll have higher chances of snow and wintry mix. So if we compare this to last year, I don't think the accumulations will be anything close to last year's historic snow event. Last year, places in our southern counties, such as Chris County, Dooley County, Pulaski County, they saw 9 to 7 inches of snow. Houston County received 6 to 5 inches of snow. Lower totals towards Warner Robins, I think they received 4 to 3, and then Macon received 3 to 4 inches, if I'm correct. I don't think it will come close to that. I don't think it's going to be insane or historic. It's going to be a rare event, meaning that snow is going to fall for most of our area. But once again, I'd say The highest totals could potentially be close to 3 inches. It will be isolated, but most of everyone will receive right around 1 inch to 2 inches. The ground is also going to be wet because remember, rain is going to fall throughout much of the late night and early morning. So that's another reason why the accumulations are going to be limited. Also, the temperatures are going to be above freezing in the afternoon. We see that the clouds are going to clear up. It will be mostly clear tomorrow with sunny conditions. So that's going to help temperatures warm up to above freezing. So it'll be well above freezing in the 40s. And that's going to cause for all of that snow or wintry mix to melt. So all the driving impacts that we experienced last year, well, we won't have as much impacts because of the snow because of the potential of snow melting in the afternoon and into the early evening, which is a good thing. We do not want really bad roads for tomorrow. So we still have a weather impact alert. As I mentioned, driving concerns, road impacts, but that will be throughout the morning when the snow and the wintry mix will happen, and then things should get better in the afternoon and early evening. Once again, here's the recap of the weather impact alert. Wintry mix and snow becoming more likely. Portions of central Georgia are now within that winter storm warning. So it's becoming likely we will have driving impacts for tomorrow morning. Thankfully, it will not look like it will be as impactful as last year's historic snow event. So those are the details on the snow chances for tomorrow. Now it's time to check out the questions that you all have. So I'll be checking Facebook. So the first comment that I saw, Mimi, so it's going to snow, but it's going to melt. Yes, exactly. Any snow that falls or wintry mix that falls, it's going to melt in the afternoon. Perfect. That is a great summary. So Caleb, Deaton, Roberta. So Roberta, you do have the chance of seeing up to 1 inch of snow. You're in a winter weather advisory at the moment, not a winter storm warning, but still snow is very possible for tomorrow morning. And once again, here's a look at the future view. And for Roberta and Crawford County, notice the snow starting potentially around 5 to 6 o'clock. And then by 8 to 9 o'clock, unfortunately, that swath will head more towards the east, and you should be done with the snow. So Barbara Francis, let it stay north. Well, with this system, we don't know if it's going to go north. Most likely, actually, it'll stay south. So if you do not want the snow, I'd say better is let it stay south, because south or southern counties, they have a higher chance of seeing snow. That's where the system is going to track. It'll be tracking south. But if it goes more towards the north, I'd say the northern counties will still see snow, but all that snow will be for Atlanta. But that's not going to happen. The chances of most of the snow being at Atlanta, that's extremely low. Hawkinsville. Well, Hawkinsville is within the winter storm warning, so you'll have a higher chance of seeing higher accumulations. So up to 1 inch to 3 inches of snow is possible, according to the National Weather Service. And Chris County. Let me check. I think Chris County, I read Chris County, if I believe. Chris County is in the, yes, Chris County is within the winter storm warning. So the National Weather Service, they are confident that Chris County will receive 1 to 3 inches of snow. I don't know if you were in Chris County last year. I don't think the accumulations will be as high as what Chris County received last year. Chris County received some historic, insane accumulations last year. We reported up to 9 inches of snow, especially towards the west near Cordele. So I don't think it'll be close to that, but yes, snow is looking likely for Chris County. Yes, gray as well. It looks like gray will receive lower accumulations as compared to places farther down to the south. But here's a look at the future view. Shows gray receiving it by 5 to 6 o'clock, and then the snow will then leave by 9. So it looks like you'll have 2 to 3 hours of snow. Warner Robins, it looks like Warner Robins will receive higher accumulations since you're within that winter storm warning. So you could be within 1 inch to 3 inches of snow. Now, Johnson County, they're within that winter weather advisory. The thing about Johnson County, I do believe snow is going to be possible. I think the window that you're going to see snow is going to be shorter. So Johnson County, by the future view, shows that you're going to receive snow starting at 8 o'clock. And then it looks like by the future view, it shows snow happening for much of the morning. Now, I think, here's a look at the other model. I think since temperatures are going to warm up around the late morning, I'd say that snow has a potential to convert into wintry mix. So yes, Johnson County, I'm confident that you will see snow. I'm worried that the accumulations are not going to be as high. Now, church tomorrow morning, I can never say no to going to church. Church is very important, but it's just be careful. Be very careful if you're going to church tomorrow morning. Drive very slowly. If you have experience driving in snow, just remember those tips that you remembered. If you don't, just drive very slowly. It's not It's not worth risking speeding or anything to hydroplane and potentially crash. So please drive carefully to church tomorrow morning. If there is an afternoon service, I truly recommend that, because I'd say anything that falls will melt because of how warm the temperatures will get in the afternoon. So Dublin, there's a good chance that you're going to get snow. You're within that winter storm warning. You can see up to 1 inch to 3 inches of snow. When will Perry receive snow? It looks like you'll receive snow by the mid-morning, so by 5 to 6 o'clock. It looks like Perry could receive snow, and you'll have a window of receiving snow for, I'd say, 3 to 4 hours. What time is snow expected? Depends on where you live. If you live farther west, then snow could potentially happen 4, so even at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you live towards the east, then later, say by 7, 8 o'clock. Ice on the roads, ice is definitely possible. Now, thankfully, we're expecting anything that falls to melt in the afternoon. So it's not going to be as icy as last year. Twiggs County is within that winter storm warning. Let me check again. I believe they are. Yes, Twiggs County is within that winter storm warning. So the National Weather Service is confident that you'll see 1 inch to 3 inches of snow, and you could potentially start seeing snow by the mid-morning, so by 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning. So that is the end of the stream. Hopefully you're well informed about tomorrow, and I have no idea if you think this is good news or bad news, but I'd say the silver lining for tomorrow will be that it's going to look nice in the morning. All the snow will look nice in your photos and everything, and you can enjoy the snow. And then by the afternoon, it's going to melt, so the impacts for the roads are going to be at a minimum way less than last year. So hopefully you are informed. I'm now going to prepare for the 6 o'clock show that will be on CBS, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.